Okay, so today, as you know, is your first day, and of course, there's always tech problems.
Of course.
We can try and see if you're able to present. If not, I know what to do, and I can help to navigate. Would you like some support sharing your presentation, or do you want to do it on your own? What works best for you?
I can share it on my own. Here, let me just start it.
Mhm. And Ella, are you comfortable with your session being recorded?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, perfect.
How's that?
Oh, perfect. Yeah, it works. Our group before this, they weren't able to do anything for
Okay.
some odd reason, and we're like, not the first
No.
session. Why? But I will give you a heads up that our keynote went a little bit over time, and so it did cause the other session to start a little bit later, maybe 5 minutes later.
No problem.
Um, but you do have quite a few people signed up today and accepted the invite, which is amazing.
Amazing. How many people accepted?
I have about 37 people here that was
Oh,
invited. Let me just pop over. I think many of them did accept it. Let me just pop over to my other screen. Oh yeah, about 36 people accepted. 14 did not respond, but will likely show up, half of that.
okay, great. That sounds great.
And one person declined, and that's one person from our team that is off sick. So you should have a
Right.
full house.
Great. Sounds good.
Amazing. I don't know if there's anything else that you want to test out, if you have audio or anything like that. Okay, perfect. Alrighty. I will be right in the background. You let me know what works best for you. And then, of course, Porn is going to jump in at some point also to support.
Okay, great. Awesome. I'm just gonna turn off my camera and stuff and then yeah, we'll okay, great.
Awesome.
Okay, thanks.
See you.
Okay.
Ella, if you're there,
Okay.
I just noticed that on the first slide of your presentation says that this session will not be recorded.
I just put that slide in the front, but I just changed the actual one
Perfect.
to say that it will be recorded. So yeah, no worries.
Thank you. Hi everyone, good morning. We're closer to 11:15, so I know some folks are coming from other sessions. So I'm just gonna give folks a minute or two to join. There is some housekeeping pieces that I will touch on before introducing Ella. So on screen, very shortly, Ella will share a slide that will help you to navigate if you would like to turn the closed captioning feature on your Teams app. And also let me just make sure that it's up.
Sorry, I just
Ella,
left the meeting for a second. I'm back.
there we go. Awesome. So it's for today's session. It will be recorded. So I know, this session will end closer to lunch, or for some folks, they might have a conflict in meeting. It will be recorded and posted on our website. At the moment, your mics are muted, but closer to the end, you're most welcome to unmute and, raise any questions that you have for us today. But we do encourage you also to use the chat feature to interact with our presenter today or to interact with your colleagues. If you would like to turn on the audio captioning feature, you can do so by selecting the more function, selecting language and speech, and then turn on live captions. It is so awesome to be here today. My name is Nafisa Kadir. I'm the manager for advice and services. I'm so excited because I see a lot of familiar names in this chat in our team today, and a lot of folks from Guelph Humber. So shout out to my Guelph Humber folks, of course. It is my pleasure to introduce Ella, and Ella will take it from here in terms of her presentation today. Ella's presentation will focus from the Center for Innovation in Campus Mental Health. I don't want to steal any of Ella's thunder or steal any of the time, so Ella, I'll pass it along to you so you can get us started.
Okay, thank you so much and welcome everyone. Good morning. Very happy to be here with you. So yes, my name is Ella. I use she, her pronouns. I am a knowledge and research lead here at the Center for Innovation in Campus Mental Health. We are a Toronto-based organization, but we serve all Ontario post-secondary institutions. So in this presentation today, I am going to talk about the center, what we do, our sort of strategic alignment, and then I'm going to spotlight one of our resources that we've created in the past couple years for international students and the folks on campus who serve them and help them with their mental health. And I'm sure we'll have some time at the end for any questions. So I'm excited to chat with all of you today. So CICMH, or the Center for Innovation Campus Mental Health, is a unique partnership project between Colleges Ontario, Ontario Universities, the Ontario Undergraduate Student Alliance, the College Student Alliance, and the Canadian Mental Health Association Ontario Division. So the center is housed within CMHA Ontario. That's where our office is located. But we gather in all these organizations to gather their voice. They make up our executive team as well. And it's been going on for about 10 years, I think we've been around, and we are funded by the provincial government. Our mission is to engage and support Ontario post-secondary institutions in their commitment to student mental health and well-being. So that covers colleges, universities, and Indigenous institutions. As I'm sure you all know, there's many in Ontario, and we do our best to serve all of them. And we're all with a lens towards student mental health and well-being. So that is our niche that we serve. These are some of our values. So we try to embed equity, diversity, inclusion, accessibility, and anti-racism in everything that we create and all the events that we host. Like our name suggests, we have a commitment to innovation. We are constantly looking for best and emerging practices to share with our networks and wise practices as well. We are connectors and knowledge brokers, so we connect folks across campuses to each other, as well as to community mental health organizations. My main role is sort of a knowledge translator or knowledge broker, knowledge mobilizer. So gathering up all that information that exists out in the world, whether that be through the field of academia or science or whatever it might be, and translate it and sort of synthesize it into pieces that are valuable and digestible to the knowledge users, which is sometimes all of you. We try to be subject matter experts on a variety of subjects, again, with all of the lens being student mental health. We also see ourselves as a neutral provincial line of sight. So We, have our eyes on all of the institutions across Ontario, and the government as well of Ontario sees us as a sort of neutral third party that can inform them and advise them on what is going on in the sector. We aren't proponents of one modality or system or framework. So we really try to maintain that neutrality so we can be an important source of information for both the campuses and the government. We also really focus on building community and providing networking opportunities. I'll expand more on those, but throughout the year, we host both virtual and in-person events, and we try to make it accessible to everyone in Ontario, regardless of where you are located. And it's a big province, so we do travel quite a bit to make sure that all of our campus and community folks are able to meet us in person if they wish. We also we value third-party validation, so we work with outside partners to look at our materials, give feedback on our materials. We integrate changes, so we're always open to feedback and to working with others. We see this as a collective project that we try to bring as many folks into as possible. So this isn't an exhaustive list, but it is an introduction to who we serve and one of our guiding principles, which is the whole campus approach. Our whole campus approach says that everyone on campus has a role to play in both student mental health and well-being, but also the mental health and well-being of everyone who works on campus, staff, faculty, admin, everyone. So we don't just work with student services or counseling services or wellness services. We do our best to reach our hands out to everywhere, health services, faculty as well. Indigenous student services is hugely important. Administration, we work with international student services, of course. We love to work with student leaders, and we work with community mental health agencies. And I'll talk more about how we do that work in a moment. So we just launched a new strategic plan, which we'll have for the next 5 years. And that plan sort of has four main buckets of work. One of them being we're trying to be the leading go-to source on issues related to campus mental health. We also produce resources and tools that we hope broaden and deepen the impact of, our resource and tools across campus. We create partnerships. So those partnerships are sometimes campus to campus, sometimes campus to community. We really believe that community mental health organizations can fill a lot of important gaps that institutions aren't always able to fill. And I think those partnerships are very meaningful and really offer a broad range of services that no institution can offer every single service needed for students. So we really strongly believe in creating those partnerships between campus and community. And we really strongly believe in knowledge sharing, which is why you'll find that all of our resources are free. I'm going to say that a million times. All of it is free. Our trainings are free. It's all free. And we really believe strongly in sharing our knowledge as far and wide as we possibly can. And sustainability is our last strategic direction. We want to be around for a while. We want to keep growing our sort of database of information and knowledge and our network. So we work to ensure that long-term value and sustainability. And I'll get into how we do that in a second. So for the leading go-to source bucket of work, there's lots of stuff that we do. And I will mention we are a small team. Believe there's 7 of us, small but mighty. So we have an annual conference every year. Since the pandemic, we've moved it virtually. And we've kept it virtual because it really lowers the cost for us, which then means it lowers the cost for all of their participants. And we heavily subsidize even the virtual cost so that it's accessible to as many people as possible. So our virtual conference this year is happening on November 12th. Registration is not open yet, but it will be soon. And I'm going to let you know a few ways that you can connect with us. I also have a long list of links with a bunch of stuff that I'm going to talk about that I will share in the chat probably after, just because I'm one person to manage it, but I can also email it out to the organizers who can share it as well. So our annual virtual conference, we usually have over 600 people attending. I think we're going to have 2 keynotes and then a bunch of concurrent sessions on a variety of topics. Very exciting. We also have an event coming up very shortly. It's next week. 2 weeks from now. What is time? All about mental health strategy survey and the mental health standard. It's a summit. It's a one-day virtual event. It's free, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., open to everyone on campus. We're going to have speakers talking about the mental health strategy, Bill 166, which requires institutions to have that mental health strategy. Survey, how do you figure out what to go in that strategy, or if you're revising it. And then we'll also talk about the post-secondary mental health standard as well. And we'll have lots of structured time for folks to gather in breakout rooms and have facilitated discussions, problem solving, brainstorming for all the barriers and challenges that folks are facing when doing that creation of the strategy or revision. We also connect with campuses. We do it through networking. Our team tries to connect with every single campus in Ontario at least once per year, one-on-one, just to create and cultivate those relationships. We have a newsletter that we send out twice per month, which just has all of the goings on, any new information that we've released, any upcoming events. If you want to sign up for that newsletter, again, I'll send you the link, but it's our website, campusmentalhealth.ca, campusmentalhealth.ca. And it's at the bottom right-hand corner to sign up for the newsletter. But we also do presentations such as this one right now. We also are introducing a LinkedIn badge that folks can get for their LinkedIn. Don't worry about remembering this, but basically to get the LinkedIn badge, we ask that you attend 4 webinars. We hold monthly webinars, which I'll talk about more, and then complete one of the following, either attend one of our events. So either that's our in-person regional forum, our conference, the summit that I mentioned coming up, or we have a quality improvement knowledge college course that's coming up, and I will talk about it shortly, and then do one of our trainings, which again I will talk about shortly as well. So a few things to do, and you could do it over the course of the year, but then you get that LinkedIn badge if you're interested, plus all the knowledge that you gain from doing those pieces. We also have a French newsletter that goes out once per month, depending on the volume of resources uploaded. All of our resources that we create are available in French and in English, and some resources in other languages as well, which I'll get into in the International Student Toolkit. But yeah, French and English are our main languages that we work in. So this is our website, and thanks for putting that link in the chat. We have 2 websites, campusmentalhealth.ca, where we host all of our information, our updates, and we also have that website in French. We also have our More Feet on the Ground website. That website is for a course that takes about 20 to 25 minutes. It's virtual, it is free, all about how to recognize, respond, and refer folks who may be having some challenges with their mental health, and then also to reflect on that process for yourself. Really highly recommend you take a look at More Feet on the Ground. It's a great course. It is quick to take, but it still has lots of good content, and you can get a certificate if you would like as well. We are also soft launching our new website. Just started in May. We're still working out a little bit of the kinks, but our new website is going to look a little bit different, and we're hoping easier to navigate. Some of the things we've changed is we have explore pages, so pages on specific topics where you'll find all of the resources we've created on that specific topic. So for example, international students is one topic. We also have orientation, harm reduction, all of those big topics that we are hearing about lots and lots. And so we've gathered all of the information into one spot on those Explore pages. We also have a glossary where we've included all the definitions that we use throughout the website and our resources. And we have a brand new good search tool that you can use to search through our website for both our resources that we've created, as well as we curate external resources about a variety of topics, all about student mental health. So those are all available on the website and will be much easier to find now through our new search tool. But bear with us as we soft launch this new website. And of course, we soft launched it in French and English, and the More Feet on the Ground is available in French as well. So for our resources and tools, we do a lot. We try to produce things in a variety of formats so that they can suit the needs of a diverse audience. So we have toolkits. Those are longer form documents. They are usually 40 to 60 pages, so they're pretty long, but we make a very comprehensive table of contents with the idea that you can bounce around within that toolkit as much as you want. It's not set up so that you have to read it from page 1 all the way to the end. And we have lots of toolkits. Some of our recent ones are about harm reduction. And harm reduction, this toolkit covers more than substance use for harm reduction. It covers a lot of variety of topics, all to do with campuses and mental health, and how harm reduction can be embedded into those pieces. I just released one on eating disorders, how that is showing up on campus, and how non-clinical staff can respond to concerns around eating disorders. We also released one on the post-secondary standard. If you are looking at using the post-secondary mental health standard to inform your mental health strategy, we have sort of a guide on how to use that. Supporting skilled trade students and sort of the unique challenges that those students face and how to respond to them. Then we have info sheets. Info sheets are 1 or 2 page documents. So little quick sheets on a variety of topics. We have one on boundaries, intimate partner violence, student parents, trans student athletes is coming out shortly as well. All of our toolkits and our info sheets, you are more than welcome to print as many copies as you like and hand them out freely, post them, whatever you want to do. We've created the info sheets sort of with that more in mind of those printouts because they're shorter and it's easier to have, a stack on your desk of a certain info sheet or refer students to them. And also just a heads up that before the beginning of the school year, we will be reaching out to schools to find out if there are specific info sheets that they would like printouts of, and we will be doing some printing and mailing out for folks on campus. So keep that in mind. We also have webinars. All of our webinars are recorded. So there's a huge archive of awesome webinars where we bring in subject matter experts to talk about different things. We just had one yesterday about resiliency on campus. We have an upcoming one that I will share the link for on problematic pornography use. And we recently had one on healthy platonic relationships. The webinars are usually 1 hour long. We don't do them in July and August, but other than that, we have one once per month. We also offer training. So through e-learning, we have a number of courses, one on managing stress and loneliness. We have a course on improving sleep and rest, and we have a course on transitioning to the workforce. Those courses are all free and they're all online on our website. We also have a program called Campus Mental Health Works. Those are in-person or virtual workshops. We have them on a variety of topics. They can be for students or for staff. Those sometimes have a cost associated with them, but that is the only thing generally that we produce that might have a cost associated with it. We also have a peer support training that we inherited from CMHA National. That is a full training to train peer supporters. All of the presentations, the facilitators guides, all of that is on our website. It's free. If you're thinking, I need to develop a peer support training, where do I start? That would be an amazing place to start. And then you can pick and choose what you would like, tailor it, and we have some suggestions on how to go about that process. So that is there. We also have a number of upcoming toolkits that I just wanted to shout out. We are working on one about students with chronic health conditions. I am working on one about healthy relationships, and we have one all about student conduct. So really excited for those to come out. We also have upcoming info sheets on homesickness, microaggressions, and critical media literacy. Not on this slide is that we have podcasts. We do a lot. We have podcasts in French and English. The latest podcast in English is on making friends on campus. And once again, the toolkits and info sheets and a bunch of the trainings are offered in French and in English. The webinars are in English, but you can do French subtitles if you want. And I just want to pause here for a moment to say that I just listed a huge amount of topics, but if there's something that you have been thinking about in terms of the students you work with, or you've been looking for a resource, or you've been seeing a theme on campus, let us know. We would love to create that resource for you, whether it's in the form of a toolkit, an info sheet, a webinar. We would absolutely love to have that conversation. So much of our work relies on the people who are on the ground, front line, or support staff, whoever it is, coming to us and saying, hey, I've been hearing that there's a lot of folks who are struggling with eating disorders, and my colleagues and I don't really know how to respond to that. Can you help us with that? And then we create a toolkit. So I'll share my contact information, and we would just love to hear from you. We also have an Indigenous project. We have Megan Van Every on our team is our Indigenous Knowledge and Research Lead. She works on toolkits and info sheets all about Indigenous students specifically, the unique challenges that they face, their transition from secondary to post-secondary and the learning environment. We've had a number of webinars that focus specifically on Indigenous issues, colonization, all of that kind of stuff, land-based learning. We had a very popular webinar called Just Get Over It, which is all about the legacy of colonization and about understanding and voicing the needs of Indigenous staff and students. So you'll notice a theme with all of our stuff we sort of do a mix of supporting staff and supporting students. Some of our resources are explicitly student-facing and some are explicitly staff-facing, but many of them are sort of interchangeable. We also, for the Indigenous project, do a yearly needs assessment where we reach out to specifically Indigenous staff and students to complete a survey about what they're seeing on campus and what they are struggling with. And from previous needs assessments, we've seen a growing need for mandatory staff training on Indigenous knowledge, relationship building, understanding Indigenous ways of knowing and being, and workspace safety. Megan also runs sharing circles, which are geared towards Indigenous staff, and she'll be running those throughout the province over the next 12 months as we travel around to meet different campuses. And I will share Megan's contact information again if you have any specific questions for her or just want to learn more about all the awesome work that she does. For our strengthening partnerships, we do a lot there. So the campus community projects, those applications are open now until June 1st. We're accepting 3 projects this year. This is where folks can receive funding to partner with a community mental health agency for a specific purpose. I'll share Selena's contact information so you can learn more about the requirements for that project. But it's really awesome. We've been running it for a number of years. I run the Evaluation Champion project. Those applications are open till May 31st. That is where if you are, for example, undertaking an evaluation of a program or a service, or you are planning to do one, and you don't know how to do evaluation, or you want some support with that process and the data management and all that kind of stuff, we have a number of evaluation champions or evaluation coaches that we can connect you to and pair you with to work with them over the fiscal year to either carry out your evaluation or to carry out your evaluation or to plan your evaluation. Sorry, I was just going to check in the chat. I saw someone Wrote something. Do I need to? There's a question. Do you provide mental health supports for colleges and universities in Ontario? So we don't do any direct mental health support services. We create resources and forums for connection. So we wouldn't be offering any of that counseling pieces or anything like that, but more about education, knowledge sharing, and knowledge creation. Hopefully that helps our question. So yeah, Valuation Champion, if you are interested in that, you can reach out to me. Those applications are open till May 31st. It's not a hugely comprehensive application, so there's still time if you're interested. We also have communities of practice. So those are virtual calls that we have quarterly. We organize them in a number of different ways. We have regional, so we've split up the province into five sort of sections. So we have quarterly regional calls where folks from that region can join. We share successes, we share challenges, we brainstorm solutions, we share information. It's a really nice and informal space to make connections and get support if you need. We have French community practice calls, of course. We have an Indigenous community practice. We have a community practice specifically devoted to the topic of peer support. And I run one about international students and how to support international students. The next one for international students is soon. It's on May 21st at 2 p.m., which is next week. And then we have regional forums. Regional forums are in-person events. We have 5 of them per year, so split up 1 per section of the province, where it's a full day event. We gather, we learn from each other. Sometimes we give presentations. Right now, in our upcoming forums, we will be presenting on a psychological health and safety course, and folks can learn about that and connect with others in the sector, both on campus and also community partners attend those as well. For our last, I think this is our last bucket of work, the ensuring long-term value and sustainability. Similar to the needs assessment for the Indigenous project, we also do a general needs assessment once per year that we send out in the fall to sort of benchmark and gauge where campuses are at, what are those big emerging themes, and then we can use that to plan our upcoming year and how we can respond to what people on campus are saying. Last year, we saw that social isolation and loneliness was the highest reported mental health challenge. So we really use that to inform our work. We also have a collaboration with another team at CICMH Ontario, EQUIP, which is the Excellence Through Quality Improvement Project. And we are offering a free, it's always free, a free course on quality improvement methodology and foundation, key concepts, and practical tools. That is once per week for 4 weeks. It's on a Monday, and it's June and July. So I will also post the link to that as well. It's every Monday for 4 weeks, all about quality improvement, and it's free. So yeah, these are sort of the main themes we're sort of tracking and looking at right now. Student engagement is always something that comes up. How do we get students to engage with us, use the services that are being offered on campus, especially before they're in crisis, attend events and do all of that education piece. So student engagement is something we're always looking at. Healthy relationships, we're seeing a lot. That's hence the toolkit coming out. Same with student conduct and chronic illness. Staff well-being and retention, huge. We really care about the staff on campus, and we try our best to use the resources we create to support those folks, maybe take a little bit of stuff off their desk, and really focus on staff well-being and retention. Peer support, a huge topic as well, and that's why we have that community of practice. And just capacity. Folks are overwhelmed. The sector is going through some huge challenges. So these are some of the current themes that we're looking at, we're trying to respond to. We have an amazing new social media manager on our team, Lauren. She's awesome. We have Facebook. Do we have? Yeah, we have LinkedIn, Instagram. Sorry, I'm not on social media. We have LinkedIn, Instagram, and a new TikTok page. We're using that not only for promotion of us, but also for messaging about mental health, what's happening, sharing resources in snippets that are appropriate for social media. Another awesome thing that Lauren has done is she is always creating social media packages on a variety of topics. And those packages are available to all of you. If you are thinking that you would love in midterm season to post something about test and exam anxiety, Lauren has created a social media package that she would love to send to you, and you can, customize it as you see fit. But the bulk of the work is done there for social media posting. So that is a huge thing that she works on. Again, something we're trying to take off folks' desks, and create them in response to what we're seeing on campus. So I'll just share everyone's contact information, but Lauren would love to hear from you. And again, if you're looking for a specific social media package, she would love to know about that. And I'm sure she would be happy to create it as well. So, in the last part of the presentation, before I get to questions, I just wanted to highlight one of our toolkits. This was originally published in August of 2023, but we added to it in November 2024. We try to think of our toolkits as living documents that we add to as much as possible, and as things change and shift, to make them current and relevant. So this was one of them. Um, this is sort of what the table of contents looks like. This is the first page of it. We look at the social determinants of health. We're looking at recruitment and pre-arrival, financial vulnerability, housing, healthcare, food, sexuality, how folks are socially connecting, academic stress, career and employment. It's a toolkit. It's a huge document. We're looking at the Francophone perspective. We're looking at folks who are coming from areas of conflict. And then with pretty much all of our toolkits, we have recommendations, which I'll share a few in a second. We always have resources. It's a toolkit, right? So we're trying to, it's not just about us writing pieces, but it's about, gathering what is around and implanting it in the toolkit. So lots of resources and references for folks to check out and take away. But some part of the things that we like to do in our toolkits is spotlight campuses and what they're already doing in terms of initiatives or programs or trainings, as a way to highlight successes and give ideas to other schools who are looking to do similar activities. So we've highlighted lots of stuff in the toolkit. I just included a few pieces. Ontario Tech has student wellness checks that provide comprehensive health checks and help international students get familiarized with the available resources. We found that University of Lethbridge does holiday meals specifically for international students who may not have families they're able to stay with during the holiday season, and also helps to address food insecurity as well. The University of Toronto, each start of semester, organizes the International Welcome for 2S LGBTQ plus and allies, which is hosted by the Sexual and Gender Diversity Office and the Center for International Experience. So just some great initiatives. And we always say you don't have to reinvent the wheel if you're looking to create a new initiative or program or event. We would love to connect you with someone who has already done something similar. Almost done, and then I'm going to absolutely get to questions in the chat. So as I mentioned, in our toolkits, we offer recommendations based on our findings. So these are some of the recommendations. I've sort of categorized them by the topic. These aren't all of the recommendations, but things about housing and security. How can folks on campus establish partnerships with landlords and property managers to create access to housing? If residence does not have enough space or there is no residence, how can folks respond to food insecurity, housing insecurity, healthcare access? Sorry, I'm kind of rushing through it. We have 10 minutes left and I want to make sure I have time for everyone's questions. careers and employment, providing those networking opportunities where international students can connect with professionals and also understand Canadian workplace norms. Anyway, so these are some of the recommendations that we have. Um, with each toolkit, we often have a variety of other resources that we have created either before or after that we like to pair with the toolkit. So for example, with the International Students Toolkit, we have another toolkit that would be a great partner read on anti-oppressive practice. We have a number of webinars. We have a lot of information sheets. And as I mentioned, we have that community of practice on international students. Specifically for this toolkit, we created 4 info sheets that are in simplified written Chinese, Portuguese, and Gujarati, as well as French and English. So that's the first 4 there: cultural shock, stress and anxiety, winter blues, and rest and sleep. So again, we're trying to respond to some main languages that international students are speaking to have those resources in front of them in an accessible way. I'm not going to get feedback right now, but generally, what we are always looking for is the answer to this question. What are we missing? As I said, we want to hear from you so that we can create resources that are responsive to your needs. And we try to gather voice from as many spaces as we can. As I mentioned, since, we've published it, we updated it, but even since we've updated this toolkit, there's been huge policy shifts that directly impact international students, as well as the folks on campus that serve them. So this is something that we are constantly asking everyone we interact with so that we can continue to improve our offerings. And this is my last slide. Get in touch with us. I will share all of those links in a second. And then that's my email address. Would love to hear from you. And thank you so much. Yeah, so just as a reminder, if you're thinking, well, when should I get in touch? Please get in touch with us if you are looking to connect with someone on a specific topic. We may know someone on a campus who has done similar work and we can make a warm connection. Or if you're seeing a common concern in students you serve and you're wondering if we have a resource that addresses it, or perhaps you're like, you don't have a resource that addresses it, can you please make one? That would be great if you're looking for a training for yourself, your colleagues, your students, or you just generally want to network with colleagues across the sector, or if you just want to say, hey. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen so I can take a look at the chat. Thanks, folks. Okay. I'm wondering if there have been any or will be any tip sheets that supports as it relates to career and job prospects in a challenging labor market. Yes, Nadia, great question. I think that's so important. In my previous life, I was a career counselor, and the intersection of mental health and job searching and career sort of exploration is huge. So no, we don't have that, but it is very on my radar. And thank you for bringing it. I think that would be a really good tip sheet or info sheet. And I would also be very happy to talk to you about that if you have any specific ideas of what you would like to see. So I'll make a note of that. But if you want to send me an email too, if you have a chance, that would be amazing. Thank you, Nadia. Um, amazing. Is there any questions? We have 5 more minutes. I went through that so fast. And you're welcome to unmute if you want instead.
It's a very informative presentation. If you have any questions, please feel free to unmute and go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to copy and paste a whole bunch of links into the chat, but I'll also share it with the organizers. If you want to take a look, that's some of them. Yeah. I've shared a link at the bottom for the toolkit that I went over on international students. This is Megan Van Every's email. She's our Indigenous Knowledge and Research Lead if you're interested. And then for everyone else, just shoot me an email. I'll put my email also in the chat. And I would be happy to connect you. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. It's really a pleasure to see all of you and to just let you know that we are here to support you in any way that we can. So hopefully this has given you an idea of this type of stuff that we do so that you feel a little bit more confident emailing us and saying, please create this, because we love to receive those emails genuinely and create things based on your needs.
Thank you very much, Ola. It's really helpful, and you get in touch with you.
Oh, Purna, sorry, you cut off. I can't hear you.
Sorry, my bad.
No.
Technical glitches. Sorry. I'm just saying, I know. Thank you very much for this presentation. It's very informative, very helpful. Probably, we'll all keep in touch with you. Of course, we will be needing these resources as we, as the post-secondary landscape is changing a lot. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Take
everyone.
care, everyone.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Purna, I'm just going to send you an email with all those links if that's
Oh yeah,
okay.
that'll be wonderful. Yeah,
Okay.
well, and also Dimple, our director, posted on the chat as well. I think you already shared the info with them.
Yeah.
I think they're just reviewing it before it goes on the website. But feel free to share with us. So it's so wonderful. We deal with all these things on a day-to-day basis because
Okay.
as advisors, we do a lot of holistic approach, and then
Yeah.
we run into a lot of them. But this is
Yeah.
super helpful. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, great.
Okay, we'll
Take
keep
care.
in touch.
Good luck with the
Bye-bye.
rest of the conference. Bye.
For sure. Yeah, we have another 4 lined up next
Nice.
after the rest
Okay.
of the afternoon. Thank you. Well,
Bye.
bye.